Hello Scorpios, welcome to my Eat Ching channel for relationship spreads. I thank you in advance for subscribing to this channel and sharing it with your friends. This is a general reading for Scorpios for the month of February, but if you have some more specific questions, I can do private readings. Just email me at rabbithole897@gmail.com and let me know what your question is and we'll get to your reading. So this reading, these cards here are a general reading meant to give you some insight into the influences affecting your current relationship or ships. This side is really representing your position this month, and this side is representing your partner's position, or if it's somebody you're dating, or just the person you care about. So we have hexagram 22 this month for you, which is the hexagram of grace. And the grace card is really supposed to be telling you here where there's strength and where is there weakness in this relationship and what could be undermining your security. So when we look at grace, we see the beautiful lotus flowers that have come up through the mud. And this card is really telling us that, reminding us that we all possess that sense of grace within us. There is common today what we like to term celebrities. They possess all those qualities that we in society deem important, beauty, wealth, fame. But there is also the ability for each and every one of us to be a star. So Scorpio, you're really being tested right now to feel at home within yourself and within the world. You do have the potential for stardom, and that's regardless of the way you look or how much money you make. But this card is really telling you to approach your stardom with humility and with grace. So remember as well in your outer dealings, Scorpios, that that star-like quality that society has kind of hypnotized us to want. Remember that each person has that, possesses that, and you do too. So just really remember that this month. Also, along with beauty comes that sense that it's not permanent. So everything that's beautiful can fade. And when we really create the problems is when we try to think that beauty never fades, because ultimately everything fades. So if you can just practice of greeting beauty when it comes to you and letting it infuse your life, but also don't try to cling to things or cling to things that you think is beautiful this month. So that sounds super, super transcendental and spiritual, I know, but if you have any queries, just to look at Mother Nature and look how nature expresses grace. In nature, what is most beautiful is love. So see your love as your grace this month. All right, so for your partner, we have hexagram number 29. And hexagram number 29 is the abysmal. So the abysmal is kind of a warning of danger. It might be that within the relationship there's a sense of danger, or you feel in danger of losing something or something of yourself. I don't know what it's like to date a Scorpio, but please email me and let me know if this card resonates with you. Whatever is creating this current situation, it's really important that you don't let your emotions drag you down into the bottom of this waterfall. Because if you don't, you're going to allow yourself to find inner sources of courage and a new foundation of life. So this card is encouraging courage as well as discipline, and also to let go of what is familiar and know that you can find yourself again in the unfamiliar, which will soon become familiar. So by being like a warrior, it's saying you can observe what's going on in the relationship dispassionately and use the energy and focus the energy, so that you make all your actions just that much more important. Responding to each moment is what this card is calling for. If something sounds like it's too much, being like a warrior, you can adopt another more feminine way, which I would say would be just to be patient and wait for the right moment. Because certainly with Scorpio, you don't want to hurry anything along, and you don't want to kind of create a sense of danger about you. So just be balanced and open-minded, and you'll persevere through everything. All right, so this third and fourth card are meant to show the emotional climate that's going on right now within your relationship, or with the person that you are currently interested in or dating. It's really telling you that by looking at this card, you can find a dynamic which is supporting the harmony that each of you are experiencing with each other, which is drawing you to each other. It's also going to give you a path to take that's going to help you to unblock miscommunication that could be happening, as well as help you overcome the fear of being vulnerable or increasing trust within the relationship. So your card here is 62, which is a reminder that small can be beautiful, or small is beautiful rather. And this card is just telling you that you need to treat everything right now like they were butterflies' wings. So if you've taken on too much, lighten your load, and be true to yourself. So don't let go of things that you can't live without. It's really about overwarning of stress, and how if you're just going in the fast lane, it could lead to error and collapse. So generally in today's society, we think that by going really fast and by being and pretending to be really busy, it makes us more interesting as people. This card is saying that's not necessarily true. Also, it's saying that when you can still be an interesting person and be quiet and subtle. So if you feel like you need to overly impress your partner this month, Scorpio, remember that you can do tiny things that can help you stand out or just rejuvenate the relationship. Remember to breathe with this card and focus on discerning what those things are that have just taken too much time and are pushing you into overdrive. So basically it's a slow down card. Slow down in everything and anything you can think of that you're going too fast in. See this little butterfly? The red line and the butterfly just don't go. The butterfly is not likely to go on a straight path. It's likely to flit around all the petals before it, chooses, and it's going to be showing off its beauty, and it's just not going to go straight through the picture. So appreciate the little things, and the humility to do so is going to be important. So just practice being not doing. Okay? Your partner's card in this position is innocence. So we see the image of a little baby sitting on top of lotus flower. It's very cute. And this card is also, just a reminder, can also be wounds that we have and that we're hiding from ourselves with habits. So innocence in an adult is basically what this card is, because there is an adult underneath this child. And that doesn't just happen from being gullible. It happens with maturity as well. So if you can pay attention, or if your partner can pay attention to their voice, their inner voice, and you allow them to follow their inner voice this month, they're really going to show you a side that you've never known, and you might fall in love with them because of it. So what does innocence mean to you, Scorpio? Maybe it's something that you need to focus on as well. Innocence in everything. The innocence of babies and young children is obvious because it's all brand new to them. So there's going to be something brand new to your partner, and maybe you're going to even be introducing something brand new to them. Sometimes with everything that we've been forced to learn, or that we've had to learn in this life, it's easy to forget what it is like to be innocent. So taking up a new hobby or a new spiritual practice, if you want to read more about, I don't know, something that's always caught your eye but you never had the ability or desire, maybe just going to a library or checking it out online might be the answer. This card is also saying to be aware that new situations are going to come into your life, and that if you feel that in some situation in the past your innocence has been taken advantage of, you're going to find, or try to find, that quality that will allow you to bounce back. I know that sounds like a very difficult thing to do, and it's certainly a difficult thing to conceptualize, but just don't regret the past, because it's just going to create more of an ego right now. If somebody did take advantage of you, maybe that's something you can share with your partner and release it together. Life is not a problem, and this card is just telling you to live in the moment. There's always something to look at with wonder, and you just need to shift your perspective from that of the old weary eyes below to the laughing child above. So that's a good message for everyone, I think. Thank you. All right, so these last cards are really focusing or attempting to give us a little peek into the state of mind, or the longings and perceptions that each of you have towards one another. These cards can give you a really good insight into what is happening in terms of your catalyzing for change. So by checking these cards out and realizing that you could be embodying them might help you to see your connection through fresh eyes. Hexagram number 3 is known as difficulty in the beginning. And actually what is really happening right now is you're giving birth, and it feels like a crack of lightning. It feels like a jolt. It feels like you're being shaken up, and it's just a necessary thing that nature does to create new ground. So Scorpio, you're entering new ground, and it's asking you to just really go with the flow, because it's going to take your experience and your strength to really bring this to life in your own individual way that cannot be imitated. So don't feel, if you are feeling doubtful, just remember that's part of the old letting go and making room for the new. So the best thing to do is just prepare, prepare, prepare. If you're feeling like something new is coming, just prepare for whatever that is. If it turns out not to be that, it's going to prepare you for something else. So it's really about seeing that there is something mysterious going on, and physically, by deep breaths and by being able to ask for help when you need it, and when you receive it, to just be humble and grateful, and also aware of the signs that the universe is giving you. You're gonna grow into something that you didn't expect from this. So patience is the key, and as well as being gentle. It's a new opportunity. All right, so for your partner, we have hexagram 39. And hexagram 39 is known as obstacles. So here we have a ship in the ocean, and it seems like a little sailboat has gotten caught. And really, this card is reminding you that, Scorpio partner, if you look out into the world and you think that everybody else has had a perfectly streamlined journey or experience, you're fooling yourself. Nobody has it. I mean, of course, some people are lucky, but generally, there is a certain kind of facade that isn't shown beneath the smiles and sometimes what we think is the reality for other people. So remembering that, and remembering that sometimes there aren't any guarantees, and that certain times events, just like this ship has been taken away by the storm, sometimes there are events you can't control, and you have personal crises, you have family crises. They can be spiritual, financial, romantic, certainly because they've come up in a romantic card reading. Maybe there's something that you just didn't expect. Dating a Scorpio, maybe it's a little bit harder sometimes. Relationships aren't always, they're not always just rowing your boat down the stream gently. Sometimes it can be difficult. So maybe just trying to pretend like everybody else has it right and wondering, why me, why me? You're not alone. Everyone has been this little ship that's lost in the storm. So take responsibility, work with within the circumstances you have, and look at the bigger picture, and you will be able to conquer anything. This final card is known as the Insight card, Scorpio, and it's really just meant to tie everything that we have gone through already together and see where, how you can see this relationship through with all the cards that have been revealed so far. And this card is Modesty, which is hexagram 15. And this is a card that's saying, again, this card is saying, this theme has come up a little bit in this reading with your first card of Grace. It's just saying we live in this world that really puts a lot of emphasis on what is extraordinary. And this card is saying sometimes you need to close your eyes to all those extraordinary things that you see on the outside. And remember that if you can live simply and focus on just attending to the moment, that's gonna might make you stand out. As paradoxical as it might sound, sometimes just you might be sacrificing something of your modesty for showing off. So don't show off this month. It's not a month for showing off. It's a month, or in this relationship, to not overextend yourself and to be simple. Give away things you don't need to create space for new. Meditating to realign your intrinsic and internal space so that you can become attentive to more important things. It's gonna take maturity, but if you realize that always trying to be special or different can actually become kind of a second job in itself, then this card is really telling you to listen and close your eyes and realize that that specialness you seek already exists within you. Okay? Thank you for listening. If you have a partner that is another astrological sign, make sure to check out that reading. Thanks for subscribing and sharing, and I look forward to doing your reading next month. stay safe, stay healthy, and yeah, be well.